Cool. All right. Let me also see if I can turn off. I want to be sure that we don't have any like playback or anything. Your feet aren't going to move. Do it again. Oh. Can you guys hear anything? Because Jess is here and stuff.
I can.
Okay. I don't know, Jess. Here, let's...
Maybe the little microphone in the bottom corner.
Yeah. Can you try that? Hitting that little microphone?
For audio, maybe?
Yeah. Or there's an audio option. I'd hate for you to just see my beautiful face and not hear the words coming out of it. Okay. Well, let me know if you get that figured out. Hold on one second. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. Let me work out the kinks here.
I'm gonna go get a shirt.
Hey, Crystal, I see you were able to get on. Yeah. All right.
Okay,
so,
that's better.
Thanks for hopping on, guys. I'll go ahead and get this started, and I'll get the hair out of my mouth. But anywho, so thank you guys all for hopping on our team call tonight. I really appreciate every single one of you guys for hopping on this Zoom chat. It's cool to see all of you, all your beautiful faces. Nicole, what are you doing? You're distracting me. But so what I wanted to talk about tonight is I wanted to say congratulations because we had a really awesome September. I know that you guys really you went above and beyond what you had to do. You helped so many people. You guys were consistent. A lot of you who are in this group are in our Emerald to Diamond group, which is just awesome as well. And I'm really excited to see what can happen with this. You know, we have that, I can never remember the name of that thing, that baseball tournament thing that we have going on right now. Fall Classic. Yeah, so we got that going on. Hopefully you guys are all on a team. Sorry if I look like I'm like looking all over the place, but I'm like watching each and every one of you. It's kind of weird. But so I hope you guys are all signed up for one of the Fall Classic teams, and hopefully you guys have exchanged numbers with the people that you're with. You have some way of holding each other accountable, whether that be you hop on a Zoom chat with one another, you're calling each other weekly, you're motivating each other in some way, shape, or form. So that's what's really important is, you know, having that connection, having that ability where you can reach out to one another. And then not only that, but keeping each other accountable and also having the same goal set in mind. So creating a goal for yourselves and being sure that that is what you're going to hit. Holding each other accountable to that and doing whatever it takes to make that happen. So what I want to do though is today I want to really discuss painting vision, and I would also love to discuss with you guys edifying people. So essentially, you know, what really this is about. It's about helping people. Through helping people with Beachbody, you know, it not only is a fulfilling thing for you, but imagine how many lives you can touch just by even a Facebook post. Even just being consistent with a Facebook post and being consistent and always encouraging people and looking to inspire people. You have people who are watching you. Whether you are initially going out and reaching out to people and personally reaching out one-on-one to them, you're inspiring people. But you're inspiring people with your consistency. You're inspiring people with the things that you do on a continual basis, whether that be sharing your story, sharing words of wisdom, sharing health and fitness tips, sharing a glimpse into your life and your situation. Through inspiring people, that is where this whole thing becomes something that is just magical. But what you want to do though too is when you do lock in somebody as a coach or as a client, you really want to paint a vision for them. You want to show them what is possible. So, you know, being getting somebody on board with a challenge package, hooking them up with it, earning 2 Success Club points off from it, that's cool. That's awesome. But we need to take it a step further. And the way you take it a step further is not only by being there for them, but by painting a vision. And the person who taught me the best about painting a vision happens to be Kevin Jensen. Kevin Jensen is the founder of our team. Our team, like when you go and you trace the hierarchy or the genealogy of it, our team goes all the way up to the very, very tip top, and it meets with Kevin Jensen. Kevin is a really awesome guy. He is probably late 40s, early 50s. Him and his wife, Milan, are just really nice people out of California. They bend over backwards to help you. And they are somebody who are just, them together, they are so good at painting a vision. What they've been able to do is they've painted a vision for me that has transpired into our entire team. So let me share this with you to show you how to paint vision for other people. So last year was the Coachtoberfest event that happened in Temecula, California. So in Temecula, a bunch of diamond coaches, because this was only available for diamond coaches back then. So a bunch of diamond coaches got together at this event to hear a bunch of different really successful coaches talk about their tips and their strategies for making your business just take off. And Kevin was always somebody who was really kind, really generous to me, just a really outstanding human being. And I was sitting there one day listening to a girl by the name of Lindsay Caterino. Lindsay Caterino is a phenomenal coach. She is one of those coaches that probably a lot of people wouldn't have ever approached for a coach because she was already making a 6-figure income. She was in a white-collar kind of career. She was making phenomenal money, but her problem was she wasn't healthy, and she had to get healthy for her wedding. And even though she was making 6 figures, she was still in the hole. She still had a lot of debt. So I actually got to talk to Lindsay during the leadership event I went to a couple weeks ago. Lindsay told me, which is outstanding, that her first year as a coach, she made about $50,000. This year as a coach, she is looking to make $100,000. Next year, it is close to $150,000 that Lindsay is going to make as a Beachbody coach. She quit her job as a career woman making the 6-figure income because it wasn't serving her. She was exhausted. It wasn't something that was working for her. And I heard all about her story as well at the Coachtoberfest event. But getting back to the story. So we're sitting there, we're listening to Lindsay Caterino talk about her success and how she's been able to just take her business from 0 to 80 in a matter of months. And while listening to her, I'm sitting there and Kevin Jensen happens to walk past me. And Kevin Jensen says to me, he just leans over and he says, "That's going to be you next year." And I thought, like, oh, hell, he doesn't know who he's talking to, because I am somebody who does not do public speaking. I am somebody who's scared to death to get in front of people. It's absolutely terrifying. But he told me that. And just not only the doubt came into my mind, of course, but just a whole flood of emotion. Like, dude, like maybe that could be me. Like, how awesome. Like, what do I got to do to get up there? And so all of these things, I kind of let that negativity go to the wayside. And I thought, what can I do to make that be me next year? And so by listening to him and by him planting a little seed of vision, a little seed, just that little bit was enough to make me just go into overdrive this year. I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something. I'm going to figure out whatever I have to do to get me in front of people, to make me be that person who's inspiring other people, so that when I'm standing up there and Kevin Jensen walks past another person who he sees potential in, he can tell them, that's going to be you next year. I wanted to be that person. So I went ahead and lo and behold, I created this crazy thing through Instagram that has allowed other coaches, it's spreading like wildfire, what I've taught people to do with Instagram. And other coaches are doing it and they're having success. And they told Kevin Jensen, and Kevin, he approached me and he asked me, like, do you want to do this? And do you want to speak in front of people at the next Coach Toberfest event? And I said, hell yeah, I want to. That's incredible. But what he did for me was he painted a vision for me. He told me, like, that is going to be you. And I did everything in my power to make that happen. So what are you doing to paint vision for your coaches, for your clients? Like, you know, the whole getting to know people, forming them, figuring out what it is that makes them tick, figuring out why they even want to do this, figuring out what it is that makes them want to lose weight. All of those things are important because you can take that and you can paint a vision for your coaches, for your clients. So I want to encourage you to paint vision for somebody. Let's say you're interviewing somebody, you're consulting with them, and they tell you, like, look, you know what? I have a wedding that I want nothing more than to just be fit for. I don't even want to be skinny. I just want to feel confident when I'm walking down the aisleway. And I'm willing to do what it takes to be that kind of confident. I want to be healthy on that day. What do you do as a coach? How do you paint vision for them? Well, for me, sorry, Crystal, I got sidetracked by your little guy. He's cute. But, you know, what I would do to that person, you know, is say, look, Amber, I have no doubt that you can be that woman. And you know what? You are going to look magnificent when you walk down the aisleway. And I have no doubt that by the time that you're done strutting your stuff down the aisle, that your husband's jaw is just going to hit the ground because of how stunning you are. And I am going to do whatever it takes to make that become a reality for you. You know, paint a vision for them. A lot of people do not believe in themselves. A lot of people, when you ask them, what do you want? What do you want to achieve with this? Whether it's coaching, whether it's being a client of yours, people don't know because they've lost the hope for themselves. People have low self-esteem. They don't have that aspiration to be better because somewhere along the line, and tell me, you know, I'm sure this has happened to you, but you've had this great idea that you just wanted to run with and then somebody shit all over it. You know, how many times has that happened to you? But that's what happens to people. People want to hop on, you know, a new fitness regimen, or they want to get involved in a healthier way, or they want to get involved with coaching, but then somebody just shits all over it. Be that person who paints vision. Be that person who tells somebody, like, look, I know that we can make this happen, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to bend over backwards so that you see that vision become a reality. Paint vision for people. And when you paint that vision for people, they're going to remember it. They're going to remember that you are their cheerleader and that you are there for them. They're going to want to make you happy. They're going to want to make that vision something that becomes a reality for them. So be as descriptive as you possibly can when you are painting vision for people. You know, let them know, like, dude, X, Y, and Z is going to happen, and I'm going to make it happen for you. And you know what? When you hit that goal, there's no if. Never talk about ifs when you're painting vision for people. You talk about definite, like, this is happening. But when you paint that vision for somebody, tell them, like, dude, when you lose that 20 to 30 pounds, we're going skydiving. Like, create this just awesome, you know, let them know that you're in it with them, that if their goal becomes a reality, or when it becomes a reality, I should say, that you are going to do something like, dude, we're going to celebrate. We're going to have a Zoom wine party. We're going to get on, you know, like, if you guys are in separate states together, we're going to drink a bottle of wine together and celebrate. Like, do something, like, make this fun, make this life, like, breathe life into people. So many people are walking around just dead inside because so many people wine so many people just don't care. So many people are just quick and willing to just stomp on people. And as coaches, what we need to be here for is we need to show people that we genuinely want to see them succeed. We're going to paint vision for them. We're going to inspire them, and we're going to show them that this can be a reality. So, dude, y'all are just winos, aren't you? But, man, maybe we need to have one of these calls where we just sit back with a bottle of wine and just shoot the shit with one another. um, but, just paint vision for people. Let people know what is possible. And truly, if you paint the vision, they'll make it happen. If you provide the support, if you are there for them, they're going to do what it takes because they look up to you. You are somebody, whether you believe it or not, people are watching you. People are looking up to you. People are inspired by you. So don't just take that and throw it out the window. Take that and harness it. Use it to inspire them. Use it to motivate. Use it to paint the vision. So now let's get to edification. So edification is something that I learned first from Tommy Migrant and then from Danny Johnson. Tommy Migrant is a really successful coach out of Bellevue, Ohio. He's somebody he's a poster child for Beachbody, really. If you go to your beachbodycoach.com/your username, and if you look at, I think it might be the shop tab, or maybe it's the join tab, one of the two. Tommy Migrant's before and after photos are right there. But Tommy is just a really incredible stand-up guy. He's a football coach, and you could tell, like, he's got the authority, and he's got the deep voice, and he's just, let's do this! That's how Tommy is. And Tommy is just a really incredible person, and Tommy taught me about edification. And so anytime that you are talking, let's say you are talking to somebody about the coaching opportunity, and you want to pass along the hour-long video from Barbie Decker and Jimmy Hayes Nelson, or you want to pass along the hour-long video from Doug Fitzgerald and Tammy Fitzgerald. You want to edify those people before you just say, oh, here's a video and check it out. You want to edify who these people are. You want to bring out their positive characteristics and why they're an authority, why you're recommending somebody else check out them instead of you providing the information to them. So edification, if I were going to edify Nicole, I would say, dude, guys, I have this friend, Nicole, who's just a firecracker. She is such a go-getter. She has a heart of gold. She's looking to help so many people. She inspires me on a daily basis. And I have no doubt that if you check out one of Nicole's videos, you'd be so inspired by her too, because she really goes above and beyond, and you can feel that when you watch her. That's what you want to do. Like, look at it. We edify stuff all the time. We edify pizza. If you're talking to a friend, you're like, dude, that pizza was so good. You wouldn't believe it. Like, that's edification. So edify, talk up people. Talk up people. Let people know what other people are about. Because people don't want to just be led blindly to somebody else. They want to have an idea that the people that they're being passed on to are people who they can relate to, people that can help them, people that will inspire them, people who have the same journey. Maybe, you have a parallel story to them. That's what you're looking to do through edification. So edification is huge too when you want to be talking to somebody about becoming a coach. You don't just say, hey, have you ever considered being a coach? You want to edify them like, hey, you know what? I see what you do on Facebook. You have a really incredible opportunity to help a lot of people because I see that people flock to you. People are inspired by what you say. You have people who repost what you post on your Facebook. I know personally through hanging out with you that you are an incredible person and your energy is just, it's contagious. And I want to personally work around somebody who has that kind of contagious energy. Have you ever considered being a coach? That is how you get people on board. That is how you get people to take the next step, is through the edification process. So by inspiring them, by telling them like, look, I think that you would be great because of X, Y, and Z. That's going to get them like, you're stroking their ego, but you are being genuine with it. Another thing is, so Kevin Jensen, back to him. Kevin Jensen told me the story about approaching a castle. So for instance, let's just say you are walking up to this castle and you want to get into the castle. You want to see what that castle is all about. You think there's some kind of like epic Game of Thrones stuff going on back there. So you walk up to this castle with a drawbridge on it, and you're like, hey, let me in. And the person who's in control of the drawbridge is probably going to look at you and be like, no, I don't know you. Like, what do you have? Why do you deserve to come up here? But if you go ahead and you say, hey, these are some really gorgeous flowers. Who did this? Now, because you've edified, you've complimented, you've found a positive characteristic about the castle. Now that person that's holding that drawbridge is going to look at you and be like, oh, well, thank you. I did that. That was really kind of you to say that. And then that puts you in the position to carry on the conversation, to keep it going. So you want to be looking to edify every stage of an interaction, whether that be you're just beginning a conversation with them or you're just beginning a relationship. Edify them, like, wow, I see what you're doing all over Facebook. Like, you really know what's going on with health and nutrition. How long have you been into fitness for? That's a great way to start a conversation, because you're edifying them, you're complimenting them, and then it's going to lead right into a conversation that you are going to want to hold. That person's not going to be cold, that person's not going to be turned off, but they are going to look at you like, wow, thanks for taking notice. Because the truth is so many people go day to day without anybody complimenting them, without anybody genuinely taking up interest in their lives, that you're a breath of fresh air for somebody. When somebody has that kind of encouragement, when somebody has that kind of genuine compliment, they're going to be so more inclined to want to engage in a conversation with you, or to check out something about the coaching opportunity. Or if you want to shoot them a video that's an hour long and they don't have the hour in their day to watch that video, because you went ahead and you edified them, you paid them a compliment that was genuine and sincere, they're going to do whatever it takes to find an hour within their day to watch that video. So edification's huge. Complimenting people, really just raising their spirit. That is what's going to take your business from 0 to 80 quick, is if you learn the power of edification and you learn the power of painting a vision for someone. I didn't mention as well. So if you're painting a vision for a new coach, something that I like to do when I speak to new coaches is during the Getting Started Right call. That is a call where you want to paint a vision for your coaches. So during that Getting Started Right call, even if you have somebody who's a discount coach, I wholeheartedly recommend getting them on the phone to do a Getting Started Right call. And this call, if you're doing it with a discount coach, you don't have to be like, oh, hey, we're doing a Getting Started Right call. You just say, hey, I want to just run a couple things past you. Let's hop on the phone together and hash it out. And so once you get them on the phone, though, you paint a vision for them. You let them know, like, you find out what their situation is. You ask them the questions, like, so what are you doing for a living, if you don't already know, if you haven't found that out before they signed up as a coach. You ask them, is it fulfilling you? Do you feel like that job is getting you to where you want to be in life? And so by asking them questions, you can figure out how you can paint a vision for them. So a way in which I paint a vision for coaches is, I'm finding out what it is that their goal is with this business. And then after I find out that goal, I try to find a story in my Rolodex of stories of other Beachbody coaches who have had success with the business. I try to find a story that is similar to where they're at currently in their life. And then I tell them that story. I say, you know what? Your situation right now sounds a lot like Scotty Hobbs. Scotty Hobbs and his wife, Gabby, were in the kind of relationship or at the point in their marriage where Scotty would be going into work as Gabby would be coming home from work. And with having 3 kids, that just wasn't doing it because they couldn't equally parent. It's really hard to parent when you are never there to see your spouse. So what Scotty decided to do was Scotty decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work this business. And so he put everything he had into it. And what Scotty was able to accomplish was Scotty was able to not only retire himself, but he also retired Gabby from her job as well. Now, they both work from home as coaches. And you know what? If you look up Scotty's YouTube channel, you can also find a video of him where he has paid off over $100,000 on his mortgage in only 8 months as a Beachbody coach. Now, I have no doubt that that can be you too. How can I help you in making that happen? Paint a vision for your coaches, or even tell them, like, look, let me paint a vision for you. Like, I know somebody who went through exactly what you're going through right now, and listen to what happened to them. And then you tell them, and then you say, how would it feel if that could happen for you too? How cool would it be if your mom was a corrections officer and you could retire her from her job at the age of 60 years old so that she could work from home and live the kind of life that a 60-year-old woman should live instead of having to be a corrections officer? Like, share stories. I can't express enough the power of going through YouTube and typing in like Beachbody income success stories or Beachbody coaching success stories and just watching all those videos. Amy Silverman has a very good video. Scotty Hobbs has a great video. Crystal Bland, that's Crystal with a K, she has a really, really good video because her video, she got out of a horrible marriage. She had some kids as well. And then she was also on government assistance and was living in a government home. And Crystal, within a year, became a diamond coach and has incredible financial stability now and is off government assistance. She has a really awesome story. Another person who has a really great story is Brigitte Linford. Brigitte has a really great story too because Brigitte was somebody who's really depressed and she considered suicide several times, and her video talks about that. I've used Amy Silverman's video. Amy Silverman's video talks a lot about Amy's past with drinking and using drugs and abuse. And I had a coach who was interested in the coaching opportunity, but she needed a couple days to think it over. So I went ahead and I shared Amy's video with her, and that got her interested. That got her on board, and she ended up becoming a coach. So use these stories to paint vision for people. Use them to paint vision for your current coaches or your coach prospects. And I guarantee you that by doing that, you're going to solidify a future for those coaches. You're going to paint for them a vision of what's possible. And because of that, they're going to work to achieve it. Whereas if you just hopped on board with this and nobody painted a vision for you, like if somebody didn't tell you, like, look, this can happen for you, would you be inclined to really do anything with the business if you didn't really know that there were other people out there who had had success and maybe had a similar background from you? Chances are you probably wouldn't be as inclined to do it. So paint that vision for people, share with them, edify them, speak life into their future. And I guarantee you that you'll have more success getting coaches on board and clients on board as well. Let me see what time it is here. All right, so cool. It is 8:30. So what we're going to do then is we are going to start the Emerald to Diamond web presentation now as well. So guys, if you are on and you're not in the Emerald to Diamond group, I ask that you kindly leave so that we can get started on talking about Emerald to Diamond goodness. So what I want to do for this is basically, if you guys could all unmute yourselves, it's going to be, oh, are you kidding me? It's telling me I only have 10 minutes. All right. Hold on one second, guys. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to go over why you are doing this. And then from there, we are going to discuss when you want to hit diamond by. So, and what you feel is the biggest thing holding you back. Because I guarantee somebody on here right now has the same thing that they feel is holding them back as well. So if you find somebody else has mentioned that the same things, are hard for them, it's holding them back from getting to where they want to be in their business, I really encourage you all to reach out to one another so that you can help one another, because this is truly an effort here. So, Carolyn, can you start first for us?
Sure.
And I think I pronounced your name wrong again.
I typed it.
Hold on. What was that one more time?
I typed it like the right way this time.
I saw that just now. Thank you. So I know that we've kind of already gone over these in the group, but it would just be nice to kind of hear it all over again. So why is it that you want to go from emerald to diamond?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, because you were breaking up a little bit. I wasn't there. Well, basically, like I mentioned in my video on the group, I don't know if everyone had a chance to look at it yet. I don't want to help because, like, I'm a teacher, and I just it's kind of like in me. I like to teach people. I like to help other people. It's just, I don't know. I've always wanted to be a teacher when I was little. Something that I feel like I'm really good at. So just from that aspect, I want to help other people while helping myself at the same time and sharing what I know with others. I also mentioned I wanted to do something with children with healthy snacking and fitness, because I think that's really important. And being a diamond coach, I'll have more reputable, um, you know, actually know what I'm talking about. And lastly, I would like to have my own place and a few, hopefully, because being home sometimes isn't as great as it should be.
Okay.
So it's just I was living alone for 4 years at school. Well, not alone, but on my own. And I was doing a lot of things independently. And then now that I come home, I have, I don't have as much freedom as I would like to. And you know how that goes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just want to grow up and not be here anymore.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
And so when do you want to become diamond by?
Before Christmas, hopefully.
All right. Let's establish a date for that.
Okay. I don't know.
Well, we looked at earlier, that you
Yeah.
need about 6 coaches in order to become diamond. So that would mean, if you signed on 1 coach each month or each week, that by, about November 15th, you would be a diamond. So let's say, what about November 30th?
Okay. That works.
All right. And then what do you feel is your biggest fear about this? What would be hard for you about becoming a diamond by then?
Just, I guess I have a lot on my plate. As I talked to you earlier, I'm working. I drive an hour every day to work and an hour home to teach. And then I have grad school too, so I'm taking 2 classes there. So I think just making the time might be an issue, but I've been doing pretty well with it so far. So
Okay. So just the time is what you feel could be difficult for you.
yeah, because once I have all these coaches, I have to put time into them as well, and not just myself too. So that'll just be more that I would have to do there, but I'm willing to do it. So
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you going first.
yeah.
All right, Jess, your turn.
All right. So I mentioned in my video, which I just posted, that for me, I want to be a diamond coach for financial freedom. I'm a big traveler, and I have a vision for myself, and a big part of my vision is live summer hot, the beach barefoot. And if I could, raise my kids in that sort of environment where, they don't have to be surrounded by technology or that, Western desire to want more or think that they need more, then that would make me the happiest person in the world. And in order to do that, I definitely need to have my student debt. And between my husband and myself, we have some credit card debt too, just from our wedding and honeymoon and that sort of thing, that I'd really like to get paid off as well.
Okay. All right. And when do you want to become Diamond by?
I'd like to say by January 1st. And I think if I add 2 coaches a month up until then, I can do that. And I think that's a very reasonable number.
Okay. And do you think that's a comfortable date, or do you think that's like a playing it safe date?
That's totally playing it safe date.
Okay. All right.
I did on purpose.
All right, I can deal with that.
Okay.
I totally believe that you will be there before January 1st, but
I think so.
So what do you feel is the biggest thing holding you back from achieving that?
I guess when Carolyn was talking, I was kind of thinking, and I think the 2 things that really come to mind are either burning out before then, like I'm on this high now, like I just hit Emerald and it's just I'm like excited, and I have this fear that I'll plateau and then burn out. So I want to find some way to keep going instead of just hitting and then things taper off or slow down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jess.
Wow.
All right. Corina, you are up next.
Yay.
Mhm.
All right.
I haven't shared my video yet because I have to make it. I would like to become Diamond because I really want to help others in the same issues that I have dealt with my whole life. Sorry. My cell phone. I've been an emotional eater most of my life due to abusive family life growing up. So I would love to be powerful like in that scenario. I still deal with it every day. I struggle with it every day. The 3-day refresh kicked my ass the past 3 days, but I did it. I stayed on track. I didn't let stress get to me or let my want to eat food sway me. My husband and my daughter had a big old fat cheeseburger last night for dinner, but I stuck to the plan and did what I was supposed to do, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. So I just really want to help others. I also really would like to have more financial freedom. We struggle every month. We live paycheck to paycheck just like everybody else, and it sucks. We want to be able to do things, go on trips and travel and do remodeling in our home and that kind of thing. We don't have the capabilities to do that. So that is huge for me, that we would have the extra money to do that if I could succeed in this business. My biggest struggles, number one is time, because my full-time job has become more than a full-time job. And I suck at reaching out to people. I will be completely honest. I know that that is part of my struggle with that, is how I grew up. I didn't participate in school. I didn't have a lot of close friends in school because I couldn't have friends at my house because I never knew what was going to happen day to day. So that's huge for me. This is hard for me, even though we're on a computer and you guys are all my equals. It's a struggle for me to reach out and talk to others. So that will be my biggest failure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I admire you for being on here, for being consistent, for putting yourself out there. I've seen you grow a lot, Corina, and you've done a lot of incredible things. You've really blossomed as a human being, not only inside but out as well. And I really, truly think that you are you're positioned to help a lot of people by what you're doing and what you continue to do. You have a lot of people rooting for you and a lot of people who want to see success for you. And your past is nothing compared to where your future is going. You're going to really inspire a lot of people like you've inspired me. So continue doing what you're doing because it's going to pay off. I guarantee it. I wholeheartedly know that for a fact.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So when do you want to become Diamond by?
My goal is December 31st.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Karina.
Thanks.
I love you.
Thank you. Love you too.
All right. Nicole, we'll have you go since you got to ditch out on us early. And unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay. Okay, so my why, can you hear me?
Yep.
Maybe not.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So my is just basically, like I said in my video, to provide my daughter with more than what I had. And I used to, when I started this, I wanted to give her more stuff. I was like, I always wanted a nice house. I wanted a nice car. I wanted 2 parents, you know, that kind of thing. But now, after Danny, basically, like, I realized that I need to give her so much more than stuff. And this, being a Beachbody coach, is helping me to do that already. So just being a better person, honestly, like that's my why. Being a better person and helping other people to be better people, and along with being debt, because I don't want to be a slave to debt anymore. So I mean, those are my two biggest whys. When I started, Kelly, I was telling you that I wanted to show my husband that I could actually do something and stick with it. And today he posted one of my pictures. He was like, I'm so proud of you for actually, well, he didn't say actually, I don't think, but he said for sticking with something. He's like, I've never seen you stick for so long. I'm proud. So I was like, yes. Yeah.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. That's so cool that you have Derek who sees it, you know, that he sees that you're doing it and that you're into this and that you wholeheartedly want this. That is awesome that he can pick up on that and see that as well.
Yeah.
So when do you want to become a Diamond by?
Well, shoot, I have 4 coaches. What do I guess I can't remember, like, what needs to happen for that to happen, for me to be.
You need
2 emerald?
Yep. You need 2 people who are emerald on each side of you, and then 3 additional coaches aside from them on each side.
Okay, shoot. So by December 1st.
All right.
Shoot, I should just say November 1st.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, when Erica, when she gets to Diamond, that's going to be one of your emeralds right there, one of your emeralds. So that qualifies for that. So you just need one other person on the other side to hit emerald and you're good.
Cool. That's awesome.
So what do you feel is the biggest thing holding you back?
Closing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, closing the deal for some reason. Because I post regular. I could probably be a little bit more consistent with posting several times a day. But I mean, I'm talking to people. I'm pretty good at sharing the business opportunity with people. Like, I think that's what I'm good with. That it's like my sales. That's what I'm not so good at.
Okay. We'll discuss that. I'll help you out with that.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I dismiss you. You can go if you need to. We won't hold you captive anymore if you got to get to your class.
I'll stay, but I gotta go.
Well, thank you,
I
Nicole.
do. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye, Nicole.
Bye. I'll see you next week.
All right, Erica, you are up next.
Hi. I'm really excited about moving to Diamond, just kind of like what I said in my video. I got divorced a little over a year ago and was told that I would never make it on my own. And so I think for me, just the financial freedom, being able to show him that I can make it on my own and, help other people, and just spending the time with my kids. I feel like I've worked so hard all these years, 2 and 3 jobs, and I work in a medical office, so I can't just leave, to go to my daughter's cheer games or basketball games. And it breaks my heart that they're 16 and 13 and I have missed out on that all these years. So, it's not too late to get started on being able to do those things. And so I would love nothing more than to make memories with my kids. And in order to do that, I have to be successful in my Beachbody stuff, so that I can, have the financial freedom and make my own hours in order to do that. But right now, I have to carry all these jobs because, I have to make it. So, I have the means to do so because I have my own transformation story. I have lots of people that reach out to me. I have, lots of friends here in the community. So I do well with that. The coaching part of it is hard for me because I don't know how to approach people with the business part of it. I'm working on that slowly, but it takes time to kind of know the right steps in order to do those things. And sometimes I feel like I don't have the right steps or I'm not presenting it in the correct way. So.
Okay. And when do you want to be a Diamond by?
I'd like to be a Diamond by tomorrow, but as soon as I can. If I could be there in a month, I would love to do so. But realistically, I think, by the first of the year would be good, just because it's hard to juggle everything, to be quite honest. I run off 4 hours of sleep a night. So.
I admire you. I know you have your hands full, totally.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're going to prove that sucker wrong.
Yes, I am. That's my goal.
Hell yeah, girl. You'll do it. I totally believe it, Erica. Thank you. All right. Amberly, you're up.
Hello. How's it going?
Hey.
So, can you guys hear me? I know my whatever is all funky in here. Anyways. So I haven't done my video yet either. I'm doing that tonight. I am wanting to be Diamond for financial reasons. My husband's been out of a job since March, and as of October 1st, I was out of a job. In the process of getting hired right now, but other than Beachbody right now, I have no other income coming in. So to myself and my husband would be really nice, and kind of help us get our feet back on the ground and getting this debt paid off that we have come into over the last few months because of him being out of a job. Another reason is I want to help people realize the potential of this business and what it could do for them. It has made me so much better as a person, and I know it could do that for other people as well. And I want to be able to show people what it can do for them.
Beautiful. I know you can do that, girl. I've seen you in action already. You can totally inspire and help a lot of people to see the potential. And when do you want to become a Diamond by?
December 31st.
All right. And what do you feel will be the biggest thing kind of like holding you back kind of thing, like your biggest fear or whatever it might be?
I know I tend to have trouble with the closing part as well. I seem to have people really on board with me, and then it's either not the right time for them or financial reasons. And I definitely still check in with them on a regular basis, and they still show an interest. It's not like I'm presenting it to them and they're absolutely saying no way, and that's the end of it. I definitely still have people that are interested. It's just the whole closing part of it still. And getting back into being consistent. This last month was absolutely crazy with my last month of work. I was doing like 140 hours in 2 weeks. Like, it was insane. So just getting back on being consistent again. And with my new job that I'll be going through some crazy training and stuff and crazy hours. So just finding a good time to stay consistent and work with the new schedule I'll have.
Okay. Thank you, Amber. All right, Crystal, you are up. And remember to unmute yourself. Okay, I don't know what happened.
No, is Kelly back?
I'm back. Weird. All right.
Okay, there she is.
Guys, yeah. Did you miss me? All right. So back to that, Crystal. So what is your why?
My why, well, as you could tell, this little guy is like all over the place. It's like bedtime, so it's hard for me to make these calls. But he's definitely one of my biggest whys. I'd love to be a stay-at-home mom with him, but I just can't afford that right now. I'm working a full-time job. Like one of the other ladies mentioned, I have an hour commute, each way every day. Plus, just dealing with him and everything. But he is one of my biggest whys. And then I have a lot of debt. I want to get out of debt so badly. I've got $80,000 in school, student loans, and then, just our house and credit cards and everything. That's another big reason why I want to do this. Plus, I love helping the people. Oh, my gosh, it's amazing. I love when they come to me and say, oh, I feel so good. I've lost so much weight. Or, I can finally fit into this outfit I've been trying to wear. That kind of thing. So it's rewarding, and it helps keep me accountable in my own journey as well. And I think that's a big thing because it pushes me to constantly be working on myself. And I feel like I need that because when I do it by myself, I tend to fall off the wagon a lot. I feel like I always have to be starting over. And it's a big help in my own journey.
Okay. And when do you want to be diamond by?
I'd say January 1st. Kind of the same reasonings. I'd love to get Ruby first. Yeah, I feel like I have trouble closing too. I get people super excited and they're ready to go, and then I don't know, I just can't wrap it up with them, or I can't get them to actually purchase or commit. And then also to get the coaches underneath me to Emerald. I do sign on discount coaches a lot, which is great, but it doesn't really help me advance if I'm not getting any of them to Emerald either. So that's kind of one of my other struggles.
Okay. All right. And hey, if you want to go tuck Garrett in, go right ahead. Don't let us keep you. Thanks, Crystal. All right, Kelly. Let's hear from you. And unmute yourself.
Kelly.
Oh.
Did we lose her?
Oh. I don't know. Everybody froze. Okay, now you guys are moving around.
Thank you.
Things with him, not have to have him spending most of the week at our parents' house, with them raising him basically while we work during the day, and we only see him for a couple hours at night. So I want to be able to be around more for him, and for us to be more financially stable, have less stress, and just to be able to go out and enjoy things more. I just kind of envision all of us as a family having more time together and less stress, and just being able to go out and have fun more.
Thanks, Kelly. I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what is up with this darn computer, but thank you. So basically, you're looking for more time with your family, more time with Logan, and you basically want to just become a stay-at-home mom, right? Is that what?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind that at all. My ultimate goal would be to maybe work 1 day a week as a nurse, and then if I could just leave that completely, I actually wouldn't even mind that.
Okay. All right. And then when do you want to become Diamond by?
By the end of this month.
Okay.
I have one coach that I need still, but even still, I'm actually kind of worried about that because I feel like I don't have anything in the works, really, as far as that goes. And kind of leading into my next question, I feel like that's something that's hard for me, is to find new people. I've been looking at trying to find different message boards online, and I feel kind of lost in the message boards sometimes. They're kind of overwhelming.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to find ones that have recent posts where I can meet people. I'm looking at like mommy message boards, nurse message boards, all kinds of things like that I can relate to. Same with the Facebook groups. I have trouble finding, even though there's so many out there, I have trouble finding relevant Facebook groups to me that have a lot of people in them.
Okay. We will talk about that. I'll help you with that. And I'll also pass that information along to you guys too. But you need how many coaches? Like one?
I just need one more, yeah.
Oh my gosh, girl, that is totally possible. That is awesome.
But like I said, it makes me nervous because I feel like I don't have anybody I'm really talking to about it yet. I don't really have anybody in the back of my mind. I know I should kind of just be throwing it out there to mostly anyone and everyone, but it's still just nicer when you have someone that's kind of on the fence.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what? You would be surprised at how quickly you could sign on a coach in under a month. For Jess Hill, who's on right now, she was just like, bam. She saw it. She wanted it. She was a go-getter. She knew right away that this is something that she wanted to do, and it didn't take any convincing, which is amazing. And you can find those people too. What I want to do after I get off here is I'll probably be messaging you to figure out how that feature went for you and talk a bit more about that and see what we can do now after that.
Okay.
So I don't want to take up too much more of your guys' time because I know for a lot of you, you've been on for about an hour. But what I want for you guys to do now is to get a couple index cards. And on these index cards, I want you to write, I am a Diamond coach by the date that you said. So if that's December 31st, if that is October 31st, write it down. And not like I will be a Diamond coach, make it I am. That there's no doubt when you say I am, you are declaring that to be true. So say I am a Diamond Beachbody coach by whatever date. And don't just like take that and then throw, don't just let that just go to the wayside. Put it somewhere. Read it on a daily basis. Create a vision board. Post that on your vision board. Make it somewhere where it's able for you to always see it. It's always on, readily available. And yeah, you can, Kara. Caroline. I'll get your name right. The way you have to type it for your students gets me all discombobulated. But so yeah, write it out. Make it so that it is something that is undeniable. It will happen by that date. And then also I encourage you guys too, if you struggle with anything else, confidence, fears, anything that makes you just nervous, go ahead and write more things. Like, for instance, this one says, I am confident. I cannot tell you enough how much doing these, writing down affirmations for myself has helped me. And I know it can help you as well. So create these affirmations, not only about your business, but about your life in general, about things that you wish to become. If you want to become a leader, create one that says, I am a leader, or I am a leader to a team of 20 people. Once you reach that 20 people, I am a leader to 100. Get bigger. Don't be afraid to come out with these crazy, audacious goals. Because you know what? It's the people who come up with these crazy, audacious goals who actually make something out of their lives and do really fantastic, epic shit. And I want you guys all to do some epic stuff here. So I wholeheartedly appreciate every single one of you guys. And hey, let's come up with something. Like, shall we rock the diamond? You want to rock the diamond with me? Do I look like a nerd? But let's all become a tribe of diamonds. Let's all just do this. Yeah. It kind of looks like a vagina. But let's do this, guys. Like, you guys so deserve this more than anybody else I could ever imagine. And I just want greatness for you guys. It's awesome to see how much all of you have grown in such a short period of time. And I truly want this for all of you. And I know it's possible. So let's make this happen. Let's have this be a year of just crazy growth for your business, for your life, for your friendships, for your relationships. Let's do this, guys. So I won't take up any more of your time. I hope you have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you guys on the call next week.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks, Kelly.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.